is Sumit. Sumit, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. How are
Good,
you
good.
doing, Rakesh?
I am also good. Thanks for asking, Sumit. So I think the topic name itself is indicating that we are trying to search something using the core capability of SharePoint, isn't it so? And then
Yes.
having that end-to-end journey with SharePoint with the Power Platform, how can we extend that search capability within the Power Platform? That is what the understanding that I got from this topic, right? So I think, Sumit, without much further delay, I would request you to share your thought process, what you have learned so far, so that team can also understand, right, what you're going to present.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rakesh. Thank you, Sanket. Thank you, everybody, for as you are geared up to understand this topic. So, as Rakesh has clearly or very nicely put up, that we would be explaining or we would be discussing about the search functionality of Power Apps. And what we are searching the SharePoint list over here. So to start with, what I have done is as a prerequisite, I have created one SharePoint list and I hope that is visible to you all. Is it so? Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, so this is my SharePoint list. What it does is it displays some information about assets. There are some assets and for the sake of simplicity, I have kept the numbers or the records in that asset manager list to limited, like around 7 to 8 records are there. So what we are gonna do now is we are going to create one app, Power Apps from this list, and we'll try to search these records from that app. Okay, so we have been given this integrate functionality or integrate ability from this SharePoint. I'm creating one Power Apps. One app, I'll name it as, no, test I'll not give. I'll give app one. Why I'm giving this as app one? Because this will just show normal search functionality. And what I want to actually show you that we will be seeing with the help of creating new app. So this is the first app that the Power Apps is getting me created. So yeah, let us give it a couple of seconds to load it after creating the same. Rakesh, is my screen visible and is my voice quite clear, or do I need to?
Yes, we can hear you, and
Okay,
the
great.
screen is also visible.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Although this time is not that much, but I guess our generation is losing its patience. That's why I'm not able to wait till this app is getting created. Yeah, yeah, great. So this is the standard app that has got created for me. It has taken the name from the list itself. Uh, then it is showing the values from the list. So what I want to show you is not about the app, it's about this search functionality. So if you give some attention over here, this, okay, this, if you see the code which has come by default is filter. So actually by using filter functionality, it will help us finding the whatever value that we are putting. Like for example, I'll just run it for the sake of simplicity. I'll try to, and even I'll show you the list. So in this list we have let us say all these values. We have uh, 3 records with model as A, with same 2 records with order number as A 4 times 1, B 4 times 2. So if I start searching for the same, it will return the values to me. Yes, sorry, not this. Yeah. Let me search by number. Yeah. So it will go and it will search for those numbers. So the when I use this filter functionality, which has come by default, then everything looks good. But the problem arises is when I convert this code into search. Why I'm taking you to the search? Because I want to introduce you to one problem that we will be concentrating in this session on. So I'm converting into search. Search and function filter are two of the different functions which Power Apps provide us. So I'll just make a change. I'll search in asset manager list. Then what I'll do is I'll use this. Uh, I'll remove this title because the schema is different. What it will do is it will use this text value of text search box 1. What is text search box 1 is this value. If you see here, it is, yeah, whatever will be sent over here, this one, text search box 1 will be used for searching. I need to make it quite fast. Yeah, in text. Then what I'll do is I'll just put one field in which it will be searching. So it will be model. I'll just show you. Model is the column which I am selecting to search into. Then once this model is done, then I'll go to next part. I want something to sort it with. So that column name would be order number. Mm, yeah, I'll remove. Yes, is it working? No, let me again make changes to my search. Mm, model order number and order number this search and what do we want the number and yeah, sorry, this is the where the problem lies. Yeah, then it will sort it, and let me just look at the um, there, this is there, sort. Yeah, yes. So what I wanted to deliberately show you is this warning, delegation warning. What it says is the search part of this formula might not work correctly on large data sets. Now I'll show you what it means, because now that I am having around 7 to 8 rows in this particular list, you may not feel the difference. But if you go here, I'll go take you to app settings and upcoming features. Sorry, not in upcoming features. I need to show you. Yeah, this particular uh, information. What it says is whenever we are fetching values from that SharePoint list, it will limit till 500. The number of records I can restrict it to is 1000. Sorry, not 1000, it's 2000. So it will go good till I have a list of having 2000 records. But if I go further, it will start showing issues. What it will do is actually if I start searching over here, and if there is some particular record which doesn't fall into that limit, then it will not search for that record itself. So what I'll do deliberately is I'll just restrict the number to 5. Okay. So what it will consider is it will consider that only 5 records from this list are supposed to be shown and are supposed to be searched. So I'll do this. I'll just try to run. I just hope there is no error from in code side. I guess not. Let me search. And if I try searching by the number 1, nothing returns. If I go back, I'll, okay, yeah, because I have deliberately given that I'll search by model. No, let me just go back to my code and find if anything has gone wrong. Asset number sort by columns, text search box 1 text model. Model is there, then model and order number. Okay, yeah, because this order was order number. Works good. I'll tell you what has gone wrong over here, because I had just taken the this order hash as this list name, but the actual name I'll show you by going here, list settings. Oh, I just need to duplicate it meanwhile. Am I taking too much of? Yeah. So this is the name of that column. Yeah. Now it has started showing. So yeah, just remember that the name that I had given over here was not correct. So that's the reason why it was not working. Now I have again run. I'll come back. It is showing. If you see now, let us compare. What it has done is it has sorted with order number. Okay, and it is showing first 5 records only, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now what I'll do, if I search by A, it will show me all the 3 records. Let me search. It is showing me all the 3, but the problem lies when I try to search by B. Why? Because 1 2 3 4 5, although the list has total 2 records with model name as B, but if I go and if I search it, it will show me only 1. This is the problem, that even if I have some important record which doesn't fall into this limit, then I'll again go get you to that limit, which doesn't fall into this name, this range, then I won't be able to find it. So this is the problem with our uh, search functionality of Power Apps. So now that I have done the problem statement part, which we have, yeah, I'll give my introduction later because I have skipped it. But yeah, our agenda is like searching and then showing the normal search function, which I have just shown you. Then in order to override or in order to take some workaround and make it work and resolve this problem, we have another way that I'll show you now. So yeah, let me create, in order to make it work, I'll go back. I hope everything is clear by this time, or I'll just summarize it. What I did is I just created one uh, app from here and I'll try to just search it. But because due to the delegation, yeah, delegation is the term over here, is the search functionality is non-delegable. Means we cannot delegate all the records from from SharePoints to Power Apps. So that is why we are going to use another way to search it properly. So I'll go back. We'll have questions and answer session in the end because we have a lot more to discuss over here. Yeah, I'll again go. This time I won't create from the list because I want to show you proper app creation. That was just normal way. I'll create new. I'll name it phone and let me name it as India Global Power Apps Bootcamp. Yeah, I guess I can name it like that to stay relevant to today's mm, event. The name may seem quite longer, but yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I quickly create one app. What I need is I already have one screen. I'll take one rectangle. Why rectangle? You will get to know quickly. Rectangle, then text label. Text label. Let me change the text as car inventory. So while I'm doing so, what I'll do is I'll just make the in any particular color you want me to select. Okay, I'll select whatever is coming. Then I'll put text input. So if you remember from our previous app, we had by default search input box. What I'll do is I'll deliberately add new. It is not mandatory that we need to do it this way only, but it just I'm just trying to cover different ways. So default I'm removing just, and then I'll name it as txt underscore search. Okay, and I'll put one button. This button is there. I'm naming it deliberately. I'm naming it as button underscore search. Why I'm being quite particular about naming these two components is because we are gonna use these names in our code. So yeah, let me, yeah, I hope this is quite distinct for you to understand. Then once that is there, I'll be, what else? Yeah, most importantly, I need to add one gallery. What this gallery will do is it will show the value from this list. Now I'll switch to next list. Why next list is because I want to show more variety of data. So I have different list, car sales inventory, and I'll connect my app to this list. So I'll select the connector. SharePoint connector is what I'll need. SharePoint connector is already there. I'm selecting. It will show me the sites which are associated with that URL. I'll select the one which is uh, which I need to be associated. Then I'll select the list, car sales inventory, car sales inventory. So meanwhile that happens, let us consider one scenario that, for example, if now our this event is happening virtually, but if we had decided that we will do it in person. So let us say that there is one particular space on this particular place on this planet where we all have gathered. We have brought our own cars. So what I as well as Rakesh we decide is we'll go and we'll sell everybody's car which is standing in the parking. Why that? Please don't ask me why I have decided to sell everybody's car, but I just want to sell it. So what I'll do, I'll just create one app. I'll This app is not looking great, but yeah, I'll create one app and I want the list of all the cars which are present in our parking lot. Okay, then I'll select one particular item, and this particular item, what it does is it shows one value. But if you see here, it has by default it has selected these values like one comes from this title. But in order to make it uh, quite explanatory, what I'll do is I'll replace the text name. I'll this item dot let me see car year. Once I'm done with creating this uh, okay. Mm, so basically I'm trying to accommodate more information in this particular line so that it would help us when we'll start searching. Here this item dot car year, done, car make, and this item dot car model. If you see here, okay, is it showing? No, something is wrong. Something. Okay, yeah, yeah. I have forgotten to add comma. Yeah, you must have seen now it has started showing these three values: car year, car make and car model. Let us go to back: car year, car make and car model. Okay, so this is what I wanted to just show as in I just wanted to achieve over here. Then once that is done, then yeah, our actual action starts. I guess I'm not bombarding with you too much of data. I'll keep on repeating what is important over here. This thing you could have done in your own way, but I am doing it this way so that it would be beneficial to us. Then what I'll do is I'll select the gallery, and now we want to, if you come back to my presentation, it will it is about showing the or creating the MS flow. So I'll create one MS flow. Come here, create a new flow, create from blank. I guess, yeah. So first, by default, it is giving me Power Apps trigger, but I don't want it. What I need is I need Power Apps V2 trigger. V2. Let me search by that in trigger. No, let me V2. Yeah. Then I'll add one input, search term. Search term. Then it is done. Then I'll use another step. Just once this entire flow is created, I'll again take you back to each step. So next one is get item. Get item is coming. Oh, sorry. Get item from SharePoint. So basically, I'll just give you one overview. Whatever term was selected or entered from the app, it will come here. Then we will take it and we will try to search. So it is giving me site address, list name. It will show me list names of those lists which are associated. Then comes, let me just save and try again. Car sales. Oh, sorry. I'll have to create new again. Mistakenly closed it. Create from blank. Just bear with me for a couple of minutes because I have mistakenly closed whatever I had created. Search item. I'm sorry. New step. Get item from SharePoint. Site address. Power Apps. List name. ID is not needed. I am unable to get it. One sec. Hmm, all items. Just one second. Okay, let me reuse what is already there because this is misbehaving now, and I'll better use the existing flow and show you whatever is there. So I already have this search car inventory SP list. I'll open it and I'll just for the sake of saving our time, I'll use it and I'll open and I'll show everything. Yeah. edit. Rakesh, till when we can go? Because I think we started 5 to 10 minutes late. We have Power Apps, the term that I was showing you, component, then site, list name. Again, yeah, this is what I wanted to show, but this uh, field was not coming up. I'll check that again. But what we are doing is, this is the search term which is coming from here, which has brought its value from our Power Apps search input. Then what we are doing is we are writing code to search this term in either car make or car model. This car make or car model. So I want to search it accordingly. So that here you can fill any of the columns which are applicable to you. Once that is done, then I'll select another component called as select, which is part of data operations. If I'll just show you and I'll remove it again, add an action, data operation. What was that? Select, right? Select. So this is the one which I have selected. Let me remove that. And what I'm doing is I'm taking the value from above and I'm mapping it to different values of ID, year, make, model. So basically I'm representing the list in Power Apps and I'm just assigning those values, ID, car, year, car, make and car model. Then I'll compose it. I'll compose it as output. Then the another step is respond to a Power App or flow where I'm just sending it as output. One more thing is like I'll need pagination. Not here. I need to start the pagination in then items and yeah, here. Here if you see, whenever I was getting the item, I have started the pagination so that it will display the columns in proper page or that the format which we are desiring. Once this is done, I'll just close this flow. I'll test it once. In order to test it, I'll take you to that flow. Let me take you to Power Automate. Power Automate. Yeah, my flows. And we were seeing this particular. Sorry, I didn't want to edit it. Yeah, cancel. I'll just test it. I'll test it manually. Let me put a term. Which one I put as let us say O. Where were we? Let me put O. Run. I'm just showing it so that it would be able to associate it when we will search from uh, this thing, search from app. See, so it has got succeeded. I'll use the same term from Power Apps. Okay, I'll run this Power App and I'll put this O search. If you see, it is showing. Wait, now that our flow is working, but we will need additional code in our this thing. our app. Now that our flow is able to return the values, but we need to associate them with our text box as well as button. So now I'll need to reuse the code because I was gonna show by rewriting, but let me just paste it what I have already written and then I'll show you, because if I keep on writing one by one it will take another half an hour, which I don't want. Yeah, so first we would be, yeah, I don't need this one. So if you see here, we have pass JSON. One more thing is we need to go to app, start the upcoming feature, and we need to start the pass JSON. Now this functionality is by default turned off, but we will be turning it on. Save it. I'll come back to my code. Search inventory is there, run is unknown for. Okay, yeah. My SP list name, I'll name it. Sorry, what is the name? Search car inventory SP list. Let me type it. Car inventory. Yeah. So if you see here, it has got auto populated. So I'll explain you the code. So what it does is it creates one collection of car inventory where we are parsing the results which have come from this flow. This was the name of the flow which we just created, and it is passing the text term inside it. Whatever results it is coming, it is mapping to these values: car make, car uh, model, and ID and year, and then we'll showing them. Now the error has gone. I'll run it. I'll save and run. See if I start searching. No error as such. Then one more thing, yeah, we'll need to change the items as collection name, because whatever collection we had created over here, we need to associate that with gallery. I missed this step. Where was I? Yeah, I was in the gallery. Items. Yes. Hmm. If I search by, let us say, O. Yeah, good. Now that I'll show you why it was not showing something just now. If I select nothing, nothing is shown. But if I select O, it will search by this records which have O in their names. So now although it is working properly, but our functionality is not complete. Why? Because if the person doesn't enter anything, it won't show anything. So what we will do is we'll again update our code here, and we'll uh, add one scenario where we are adding the case of blank, this thing, like whenever the value is blank, we will show this, will show the entire list. So I'll just, I wanted to write everything and then show you, but okay, let me write and then show you. Again, this is the thing that we have done some time back. So for blank, what it will show the entire collection. If there is no value in that text input, if there is some value, then what we are doing is we'll show everything. In addition to that, we will need to go to our app. I mean to on our on start, we will add the code where whenever the app starts, we also need to show everything, like everything from all the values. So I'll just take this one, this code of this piece of code. Definitely I'll need to make some changes, but I'll make it in front of you. On start, yeah. The search part should not be there.
Sorry to interrupt, Sumit. We have
Yeah.
just 4 minutes left for the next
Oh yeah,
session.
yeah. I'm almost done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Let me just start off app. This one. Great. So now, if you see, I'll publish it. Mm, yep. Okay, I'll search the one. Yeah. So if you see now that I have added the code on for blank scenario also, if there is nothing, it will show you everything. Now I'll go and search. This design is not perfect, but yeah, I think you would excuse me for that. I searched by O, it showed me everything. And one primary difference that I want you guys to observe is, although I have made this restricted to first 5 records, this is the record, Ford and Explorer. It is coming outside of the region. If you remember in the start, I said that whenever we are using search, it will show only for the limit. Like, if I am limiting it to 5 records, it will show only 5 records and it will search inside them only. That's why I have designed this uh, list where we have a Honda Accord here and we have Ford Explorer. Both of them are having O in their make and model. So if I am not using this way, which we have just learned, then I'll be only able to find out the records which come in first 5. That means this Ford and Explorer, this row won't return. But now that we have we have created a flow, we are returning those values. That's why just as selecting O, just by putting this O, this value is coming up. So even if why I selected 5 is because I just wanted to make it simple. But even if the let us say list is of thousands of records or 10,000s, then also it will be able to search into the entire list. So yeah, and even if I am not putting anything, it will show you entire list over here. So yes, this is what I wanted to show. I hope I am able to cover everything. We are done with demo, and yeah. So before we go to Q&A, I'll just introduce myself, which I was supposed to do in the start. My name is Sumit Chauhan, and I am Microsoft certified trainer for this year too, 22-23, and I majorly work in the 365 customer engagement, Power Apps, and all. So yeah, we have covered this, how we can search it in traditional way and in new way. Then we have seen the use of MS Flow over here. So demo is done. Are there any questions that you want to ask now? I'm opening the session now.
For now, Sumit, we don't see any questions in the chat,
Yeah,
but you can put your LinkedIn handle in the chat. So if any
yes.
questions, they might reach out to you on LinkedIn.
Yeah. You can
Okay,
search me by the name Sumit Chauhan
Sumit.
in the bracket MCT, and you can throw any questions which are there. Yeah, just shoot
Sure.
them. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Sumit. It was a very insightful session on the search function, how it can be used differently.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for your time and efforts also.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sumit.